Let's do a visualization. Close your eyes with me in 3, 2, 1. Like for real, close them. I want you to think of and visualize all the problems that you're currently facing, which are most probably going to be that you can't stop scrolling. You can't stop eating junk food. You can't stop playing video games. You're not able to work. Or if you are able to work, it's very, very low quality. You can't focus in your prayer. You can't focus. All of these problems stem from a lack of two things: intention and presence. They may seem two different things that are on the opposite side of the spectrum, but they go hand in hand. And just the fact that you're watching this video shows me that you aren't living intentionally. By the way, in case you think I've got it all figured out, I don't. I just realized this a few days ago, and I believe this was a big reason why I was so addicted for so long. So I want to share this with you. I hope you benefit. I want you to observe the masses. What I've noticed is that majority of them live on autopilot. They just go through the motion of daily life, do what needs to be done, and they don't question anything. They go through the motions, go through the actions, wait for the day to be completed, watch YouTube for a few hours, have some sweets, play video games, and that's it. Only to repeat this the next day. And usually, these are the people who complain the most. There isn't any essence, any bliss, any substance in their life. It's just a bunch of mundane things that they need to do every single day. There isn't any excitement, any joy, any feeling of progress involved. And the whole reason behind this is that there is no meaning, no purpose, no intention, no intent behind their day. Behind their life even. They aren't working towards something that means a lot to them. Not to their parents, not to society, not to their friends, but to them. That can be a vision, a mission, a goal, something that just means a lot to them. Because if something holds meaning for you, then you will, number one, find the time to do it. Number two, it will add intention to your day. You will start to view problems. You will start to view solutions. You will start to view opportunities from that lens. And therefore, you're going to be able to make massive progress towards it and eventually accomplish that, inshallah. It can be anything. It's very subjective. I can tell what's meaningful to you and you can tell what's meaningful to me. It can be hitting the first 10k a month, memorizing the first 5 juz, benching 225 pounds, learning the Arabic language. They aren't working towards something meaningful, and that zaps meaning from their life. You might be this person, right? You might be this person, hence you were probably scrolling and found this video. So the importance of having intent, purpose, meaning, a mission in your life is even stressed in the Qur'an, where Allah says, أَفَحْسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا. Then did you think we created you uselessly? Also, we already know, this is very famous ayah in the Qur'an where Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And I did not create the jinn kind and the mankind except to worship me. The fact that the Qur'an told us our purpose, it told us our mission, that in itself stresses the importance of having some sort of intention in your day, some sort of meaning, some sort of a goal in your day to work towards, because that adds flavor to your life. It also adds meaning to your life. You don't resort to cheap dopamine, because if you do not have some sort of a goal that you're working towards, then you'll just go with the flow. You go, if everyone goes here, you're gonna go here. If everyone goes here, you're gonna go here. There isn't anything that is grounding you. There is no North Star that you're working towards, and that is gonna leave you unfulfilled, resorting to any type of vice that can help you get away from this pain, because it is painful when you're lying in bed at the end of the day and you're thinking, what have I done? Or you're thinking, I wish there was something more to life. Or you're thinking, life feels very mundane. Or you're thinking, I don't feel like I'm doing what I want.
Now, if you don't know your purpose, or if there's other guys around you your age that don't know their purpose, you'll be able to see it clearly. A young man who doesn't know his purpose, he drifts along. He doesn't have like this direction that he is taking himself and the world into. You know, he stumbles along and he gets an impulse to play some video games, and so he plays some video games. He wants to do this thing, so he does this thing. His life is filled up with his cravings, or the duties that other people have put onto him, like the teachers or maybe his boss. You're just kind of reacting to events. You're not really doing anything. You're not pushing the world into a certain direction. You need a mission. You need like one of those, like it's like a North Star, like a big goal that is so important for you. So what could be your mission?
To sum this up, if you don't create a purpose, you will be assigned one. If you don't make a choice, society chooses for you. Then go. Now you may say, Ali, we already have meaning, we already have intention, we already have some sort of a mission, a goal to work towards in our life, Jannah and worshipping Allah. You're right. This is actually so beautiful that we've already been told what we're supposed to do. We already have that North Star, we already have that mission. That is honestly beautiful. But you also need to ask yourself, what do I need to do in order to enter Jannah? Who do I need to become in order to get into Jannah? Right? You need to ask yourself these questions. And upon doing them, you're going to arrive to some form of a basic conclusion that most people are going to arrive to as well, because it's just how it is. You may say that I need to have good character, I need to stay in the halal, I need to learn the deen, I need to implement what I learned. That right there is extremely vague, right? You need to specify that even more. Once you get specific, you may say, okay, I need to learn Arabic to understand the Qur'an, I need to learn the Qur'an, I need to learn the Seerah, I need to learn about the fiqh of the 5 pillars of the deen, I need to learn about the basic beliefs that I should hold as a Muslim, that I must hold as a Muslim. You might ask all those questions, and then that's still vague, right? So you need to get even more specific from that. And then based upon those specific details, you create a goal or a vision or some sort of a mission to work towards, and that is going to add even more intention in your life. That is when you have a lens to view the world from. So an example can be that you will come to the conclusion that, okay, I need to memorize the Qur'an, right? I need to memorize the Qur'an. So that is the focus. The way that this goal will manifest itself in your day is simply when you make decisions. If you truly have this in mind, then you'll stay away from scrolling, you'll stay away from heavy meals, you'll stay away from sins because they damage your memory. You become even more intentional. So yes, you were definitely intentional when you had your goal as Jannah, you were staying away from the haram, but now it's even more focused. You're staying away from things that are wasting your time. You're staying away from things that are weakening your memory. It adds even more intention to your day. So yes, paradise gives us intention. Paradise gives us meaning. Paradise gives us a mission to work towards. But what I've noticed is that setting specific goals and specific visions that are based upon this goal of entering Jannah, that you want to accomplish, help you live with even more intention. And those goals and those visions will lead you to Jannah, inshallah. Now I mentioned 2 things, intention and presence. Where does presence fit into all of this? Presence is how you put the intention into practice. So you can have the goals written down, you can have the alchemy of self, you can have the vision boards. But if you aren't present throughout the day, when you're making decisions, micro and macro, then you're not even going to be able to put that vision, that goal into practice. Because you won't be able to make the decision simply because you act out of impulsive behavior. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. So let's take this as an example. You want to lose fat, you want to lose 10 kilograms, and it means a lot to you. It would literally change your life. Your health would get better, your looks would get better, everything in your life would get better if you lose 10 kilograms. And so this gives you a lot of intention and a lot of meaning. But then someone offers you a chocolate. A friend, a family member, a relative, someone offers you a chocolate. Scenario 1, you are unconscious. You are not present. You take the chocolate and you eat it. You ate it without realizing you're about to eat chocolate. Your mind went blank. Your impulsive behavior took over. You forgot about your goals, you forgot about your vision, and you ended up eating the chocolate. Scenario number 2, let's say that we give you 5 times, 10 times the amount of presence that you had before. Do you think you would actually have that piece of chocolate now? Probably not. Why? Because due to the additional presence, due to being in the moment, due to being grounded, due to being in the now and having your goal and vision in your mind of, okay, I want to lose 10 kilograms. What's going to happen is that when you're offered a piece of chocolate, you instantly remember, oh, I had the goal of losing 10 kilograms and this piece of chocolate is going to go against my goal. So it doesn't make sense to have it. Therefore, khalas, no, I'm not going to have it. The difference between the 2 scenarios was simply having a few extra seconds to think before making the decision. And those seconds came from being present and in the now, being grounded. So how do you implement this? Number 1, if you want to live with intention, then you need to have some sort of a vision. And you need to know who do you want to become, what do you want in the future, and what do you don't want in the future. Once you have these 3 things, you're going to have a clear picture that you want to go into. And that direction is going to act as a filter between the choices that you have to make day to day and the choices that you have to make on the macro scale. And it's through this filter that you're more likely to be able to make the right decisions, and you're less likely to indulge in cheap dopamine. So based upon that big vision, that big goal, you create smaller goals. And based upon those smaller goals, you're going to develop a lens to which you're going to view life from. That is going to allow you to have intent in your day. Let's say that in the future you want to be rich. That is a very big goal, a very big vision. You can start to break that down into smaller things that you can start to do now. So for example, fix your ability to work, find what business that you want to get into, or maybe what career you want to get into. You can start learning about money, you can start learning about different things related to business, and then naturally you're just going to start to perceive problems and perceive opportunities and perceive solutions from that lens of, oh, I want to get rich in the future. Number 2, you need some sort of a meditative practice every single day. It can be meditation, it can be prayer, it can literally be anything, something that forces you to come back to the present moment, because that is how you live more intentionally. Remember the example that we discussed earlier. When you have a desire in front of you, the woman in the red dress, as Alex Ramodi says, those extra few seconds to think and those extra few seconds to be reminded of your goal is what's going to help you make the right decision. And journaling also helps a lot with this, because when you're introspective, you naturally just tend to be more self-aware. You become more self-aware as time progresses, and that allows you to be more aware of your thoughts. Okay, what am I thinking right now? What am I thinking right now? And a culmination of these 2 things, a meditative practice and journaling, helps you to become so much more self-aware than the average person and be able to have your thoughts in order, so that when the desire presents itself, you're ready and you can make the right decision. That being said, I will see you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.